Are any of you going through difficult times? Or are you feeling overwhelmed or stressed in life? Or has life thrown you many curveballs and you feel like just giving up? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and our most welcome guest, Shipra. Tonight, I'll share with you three short stories with three rules for life that can help you to get through difficult times. The first story is about gratitude. When I was 18 years old, I got a bad knee injury playing soccer very competitively. And when the doctor did an MRI, he says, Daniel, you are very lucky you only tore one ligament on your right knee, but you'd have to be in a knee stabilizer for the next 6 to 8 weeks until it can fully heal. It actually took 6 to 8 months until my knee can fully heal. And within that time period, I got very depressed, lost all my confidence because I couldn't do much. But then the doctor referred me to do physiotherapy afterwards. And I recall one day at physiotherapy, I saw a gentleman who was probably in his 40s, dressed business casual, and he was riding the bicycle. And I noticed that half of his leg was like an artificial or prosthetic leg. And I went up to him and asked him, Sir, what happened to your leg? And he told me the story that one day he was driving on the highway and he got in a car accident and they had to amputate half of his leg. Oof. And I asked him, Sir, so how do you manage every day? He said, Daniel, be grateful every day for what you have in life. Wow. Those words stuck with me ever since. And then the next morning when I woke up, I started to think of things that I was grateful for. Grateful that I still had my whole leg in one piece. Grateful to have food, money, a roof above my head. And what I learned from this entire experience is being grateful every day helps you to focus on what you have and not what you don't have. And being grateful every day helps you to feel more positive and better about yourself. And that can help you to get through difficult times. The second story is about faith. When I was 20 years old, I fell in love with a very smart and beautiful girl in school. And she wouldn't allow me to see her unless I finished my studies and passed my exam. And that motivated me to do very well in school. But then the next year, she went on to do her master's degree. She broke up with me, and I just failed my last course and I couldn't graduate in school. And I fell to rock bottom. I was devastated and completely lost. And every day I would cry and I would pray to God and ask God, why? Why is this happening to me? Why? But there was no answer. And it really took me time to understand everything and to learn to have trust and faith that God knows what He's doing. He got the master plan. And over time, I started to focus on things that I was passionate in doing. And after reading a book from Dale Carnegie on how to win friends and influence people, I realized I had to work a lot on myself, improving my public speaking and communication skills. So I went on and volunteered with Habitat for Humanity, and then I joined Toastmasters, and then I tried one last time, taking one last course in school, which turned out to be negotiation. And thankfully, I passed and I graduated. It was one of the most relieving times of my life because just a couple months before, when I was near the end, it still felt never ending. It felt impossible that I will get there. And what I learned from this entire experience is to never, ever lose hope and always have faith that you will get through it all, no matter what. And that can help you to get through difficult times. The last story is about perseverance. When I was 21 years old, I was jobless and I was trying to get a job in the bank. And the unemployment rate was 16.4% that year for someone my age. And my eldest brother was trying to help me to get a job. And he will take my resume, he will go out there and come back and say, Daniel, there is no job out there. It's really hard. You aren't going to get a job. But I choose to believe in the words as Henry Ford said, he who thinks he can or can't is usually right. And I choose to believe that there are many job opportunities out there. So literally every day for the next year, I would apply for any banking job which I can find online. And at the same time, I was growing a passion and learning about real estate and going out there to meet people. And one day I came across a person who was starting to become a mortgage broker after she left the bank working for 15 years as a senior vice president. And she took a look at my resume and she says, Daniel, let me tell you how this all works. All these resumes, it goes through a machine that scans all these keywords, and that's how they select you for a job interview. I was shocked. And then she reconstructed my entire resume. And afterwards, I was getting job interviews with all of the big 6 banks. Now, it's not as easy as it sounds, because after every job interview, I sent the follow-up thank you email and I will get the same response that's pretty much said, Daniel, you didn't get the job. But I didn't give up. I kept trying and trying until one day in August 2012, when I got a call from TD Bank for a job interview. And after the job interview, I got the job. I would forever remember that person, Shari McCutcheon. Thank you so much. After the job interview, I gave her a hug. It was one of the happiest days of my life. And what I learned from that entire experience is to never, ever give up on your goals and your dreams. There are many opportunities out there. Keep trying and knocking on every door, and eventually one will open. In closing, if you are going through difficult times, or you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed in life, remember these 3 rules. Be grateful every day for what you have faith that you will get through it all, no matter what, and never, ever give up on your goals and your dreams. Mr. Toastmaster.